Hello everyone, and welcome to another Starcraft 2 replay. This one's going to take place on Lost Temple. I got a red Protoss opponent variant spawning in the 9 o'clock position. And this is a ladder match this week, so this is going to be like a upper half Diamond League opponent. And I'm spawning as the blue Terran in the 3 o'clock position. So I guess we'll just kind of go 4x to start. So I'm going to be going for my fast expand build order. And the reason I made this match is just because I would say this is probably the best game in my life in terms of macro. Almost at no point in this match is my money pooled up, and also I very rarely have units queued up in any of my buildings. So I'm spending all my money, and I'm spending it very efficiently. And I think this will be informative for you guys, just so you can see how perfect macro can actually help your army. We can just stop at different points in the game and check out my army count, and then if you can compare it to like previous videos of mine, see how much better it is when you're actually spending money quite efficiently. So I did slow down my command center there for a moment, but not too big of a deal. And I'm going to send out this SCV to scout, because I don't believe I've scouted him yet. No. I do like to scout usually after my command center finishes. Usually doesn't get you a ton of information, but if nothing else, if you find out where his base is at, so you can like scan it later. But you can get like a decent idea of what he's up to just by his unit count. See, like if having seen one Stalker and one Sentry, I would think that he's not going gateway units. In fact, that he would be tacking towards something bigger. But the fact that he's throwing out an expansion probably just means he was going light on the units so he can get his fast expand down quickly. So it looks like 3 warp gates will be the what's in store here. And see if we look at my base, you can see if my mineral count is low. And sometimes I'll queue up an extra SCV, just keep it at 2, just because I like to keep... There's one thing I don't mind queuing up, it's my command centers, because the one thing you want to keep constant no matter what is your SCV production. Anytime I'm not constant my SCV production, it's like, damn, I'm falling way behind. And having injured that party coming in, I guess we kind of missed a battle there. We should probably rewind for that one. He's going to poke his head in. So he does hit the fortress there, and he's going to see that the top is walled off. Top of the ramp is walled off. This is kind of annoying. Sentries have 40 shields and 40 hit points. Ibix Cannon does 40 damage, so it should be one shot, gone shields, one shot, gone hit points. But damn it, they start with 1 armor. So 2-shotting a Sentry always means they walk away with 1 hit point. I've seen that happen so often. He's got 3 of them here with 1 hit point. Annoying. But having at least done pretty good damage there, I didn't kill any units, but at least I killed a lot of hit points, so I've still weakened him. His hit points cannot get replenished as he's Protoss. I feel pretty safe to start moving down to the bottom of my ramp. And as I was spending all my money, just the salvaged 100 minerals from the bunker was like huge for me. It's like, yes, I can start making more units. I guess I'll speed it back up. You can see I don't really queue up. Let's go like DDAA. So you can look here, you can make 2 Marauders and 2 Marines at one time. So you can, or you can actually go AADD now that they made the building from these buildings a little smarter. I liked it better actually when these were set up as separate tabs. You actually had the tab between the naked barracks, the tech lab barracks, and the reactor barracks. That way you can choose exactly what you want from each building type. To do my starport down, I got my ghost lab down. Setting my scouting factory. I do have gas pooled up, but that's by design because this is the gas intensive part of my build. As soon as this upgrade's done, I got to build ghosts, which are like a lot of gas, and then medevacs are also a lot of gas. Both of them are 1-to-1 in the gas to mineral ratio. And again, keeping my income going. You can see my harvester count is well ahead because I basically have my harvesters going non-stop. I like to keep them queued at 2 if possible, but sometimes it falls below, which is perfectly fine as well. Building my 4th barracks now. So up until 12 minutes in the game, I was actually able to keep all my money spent with just 3 barracks. 4th and 5th. This one's annoying because I'm never actually going to add this to my hotkey group, so this barracks is going to say idle the entire match. That's a bit of a mistake. But again, not really queuing up units, but keeping my mineral count right down as low as possible. Obviously, one thing that makes this a lot easier is that there's no action going on right now. He's just sitting back doing his thing, I'm sitting back doing my thing, so 100% of my attention can be towards macro. So the whole time I'm just picking, 4 and 5, 4 and 5. Press 4, get SCVs going. Press 5, make sure there's barracks going. 4, SCVs, 5, barracks. I may have purposely held off on my SCV count for the moment. Maybe not, but I am up around 61. You can kind of stop around here. It's actually nice to have like in the 70s, just so when you get your 3rd and 4th expansion going, you never have to start saturating them. You already have all the SCVs pre-made. Once you get into the 80s, it's starting to get to the point where it's like, okay, you're not leaving enough of your supply cap. Like you only have 200 supplies, so you're only leaving 120 left for an army, which isn't that great. So we are moving out here, and he is following me with an observer, so he knows where I am. I have not seen him yet until right here. Now I see him. I see him all prepped for battle, so I'm actually going to move away. Just because this high ground here is going to be very useful for his Colossus. It's somewhere where he can fight from the high ground, so I can still see him because I have the air units. But if he like falls back here, he'll still be able to fire, and all my units will be stuck outside of sniping range. So I'm going to pull back, get my stuff ready, get the stim going. And then move in and look for the EMPs. There's a good one, there's a good one. It's pretty good EMPs down. This is unfortunate, I had some marauders out in the background fighting the wrong stuff. Another thing I might start toying with, I keep my Marines in their own control group versus Banelings. I might do that versus Colossus too. It might be smart to actually pull the Marines back and then just move them in so they'll attack the Zealots. And then hopefully the Colossus will just be attacking the front line, which is only Marauders. And I'd much rather have them just attacking Marauders than hitting my very low hit point Marines. And as you can see, I won that battle versus pretty good anti-bio army with lots left over just because of my... Well, I think we actually came with similar army counts, but he had to sacrifice upgrades to have the big army count, where I was... I think I was 2-1 during the battle, but I might have been 2-2, I don't know. He is 0-0-0. And upgrades are huge. So taking my 3rd base now after taking out his 3rd. So I'm ahead in harvester count, ahead in expansions, I'm way ahead in army count. And this is more or less going to be the end of the game any moment here. And once you have this situation where you have like lots of Vikings compared to his very low Colossus count, you don't even have to worry about the Colossus. You can just move in and your Vikings will snipe them off so quickly. You can see I'm starting my 3-3 upgrades. My macro did slip, but only during that first battle. Up until that first battle, my macro was like almost perfect. And we'll just watch this last battle in a little bit slower motion. Not that there's a whole lot to see. I'm pretty sure you can see what's going to happen here. Just do stim. And watch how fast these Vikings take out Colossus once you have the unit count advantage. And you can see I don't even think I EMP'd those Colossus. They had their full 150 shields, and they still died quite quickly. 2 volleys from 8 Vikings, and I think that was actually overkill. It might actually be useful to know how many Viking shots it takes to kill a Colossi. I also had the +1 upgrade, just because it's a cheap, quick upgrade, and it's good to get when you're facing Colossus, because that works out an extra 2 damage per hit, I believe. What's it, usually 10 and 14 versus armored? Oh, I guess we can just back up and find out, right? Yeah, it's 10 plus 14, so you get +1 when you get that damage upgrade, plus since it's a double attack, so the attack says 2, it's actually like a +2 upgrade. So every Viking's doing an additional 2 damage per attack. Or per volley, we'll say. And yeah, so I've put up so many games where my macro's been terrible. I thought it'd be nice to put up one where my macro's been good. And if we just stop it here, we're at the 15-minute and 34-second mark in the game, and you can see I have, well, let's back it up a touch. Do an even number, see the 15-minute mark. Alright, 14-minute mark, good enough. I've got the units tab. We can see I have 4 medevacs, 2 Vikings, 20 Marines, 3 Ghosts, and 14 Marauders, all at the 14-minute mark, with 1-1 upgrades and 2-1 on the way. And I'm almost sure if you compare this to any other replay of mine, my army count would be well behind this, just because I'm doing much better at macro here. And I did all off of just 3 gateways because I was consistently building from them, or 3 barracks, I should say. Oftentimes, I will slip on my macros. I have to throw up a bunch more barracks just to catch up, and then I'll have like 7 barracks down at this point in the game rather than just the 3 I was using. It's actually 1, 2, 3. This one I just added. This one I completely forgot about. Notice if I hit my control group for my barracks, this one's never added to it. Oops. Also didn't supply cap myself, so those are like the 3 things to your macro. Always make sure you have enough supplies. Always be looking up here, and then always be clicking on your hotkey for your production buildings and your command centers. So hit 4, make sure you got SVs. Hit 5, make sure you got units building. Check your supply. Hit 4, make sure you got enough, and just kind of rotate those things. And always keep an eye on the minimap as well. And if you can get used to like that pattern of just constantly doing that the entire game, you'll find you'll just have like a ridiculous amount of units. And up until Diamond League, it won't even really matter what you do. It's just your massive units will probably beat any opponent. Once you hit Diamond League, other tactics are going to be required, like having proper unit micro and fleet army composition and scouting and things like that. But yeah, at lower levels, macro alone can usually win the game. Anyways, with that said, I'm going to call that the end of this video. Thanks everyone, and goodbye.